It's so early. It's like 5:30. Let's go to the beach. But first I gotta get coffee. Let's go. Now, that is a great way to start the day. Let's go. Today it's all about my new listing, but first I gotta take this little princess to school. Say hi, Colette. Yeah, Dylan goes to baby school. Colette goes to big girl school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am the princess Colette.
Your Princess Colette?
Yeah.
Okay. It's gonna be a good day, kiddo.
Yay!
Yay! Okay, so I just dropped off my daughter at school, and now I'm at my my sister-in-law is buying a home in Satellite Beach, and I am here at the house waiting for the window guy because we're getting windows measured. They have the old jalousie windows. Those are the old cantilever ones that are the worst for air conditionings. They were put in because homes didn't have air conditionings back in the 50s. They helped air flow through the house. Well, now we all have ACs and air still flows through the house, so they're horrible for efficiency. So once I get done with that, then I want to talk to you guys about my newest listing that's hitting the market off of Sarno. It's priced at $169,900. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1-car carport. We'll go over that in a second. Okay, here we are. I'm gonna try to do a 2-minute Tuesday. I'm gonna try to keep it at 2 minutes. Hard to do, so bear with me. But a 2-minute Tuesday, so like this one, we're talking about my listing, and we're gonna talk about it being a $5,100 house. What does that really mean? So let's put 2 minutes on the clock, right there. And here we go. So what does it cost to buy a house, and how much do you really need? That's what this is gonna be all about. Here are my basic 4 categories that I try to lump all of your costs into to categorize them. So you have your down payment, closing costs, your prepaids, and your cost associated with the transaction. Your down payment, so with conventional loans, that's usually what you hear people doing. As long as you qualify, you can get 3% down. You can finance all 97%.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow.
There's FHA, which is a government-run program. There's certain stipulations that go along with that, but that again is 3.5% down. Then you have VA, so a veteran loan. So if you are a veteran, you qualify for 0% down with no mortgage insurance premium. Next is the closing costs. The closing costs are things that you can't do anything about, like doc stamps on the deed, your intangible taxes on your loan, your title fees, and lien search fees, municipality fees. These are all your closing costs. And then you have your prepaids. So if you're taking a loan, usually you would escrow, which is basically like putting money into a savings account that the bank holds for you to pay all of your taxes, your insurance. Those are the 2 that they escrow for. So they want to make sure that your taxes are being paid and your insurance is getting paid. Your prepaids are 1 year upfront of homeowner's insurance, and you escrow for 3 months. And then you also escrow for taxes too. So depending on when they're being paid is how much is going to be escrowed. And then you have costs associated with the transaction, like your survey is going to be roughly $350. Your inspection fee is going to be around $500 depending on what you get. An appraisal is going to be roughly $400-ish. So all that's going to be roughly $1,250 for your costs associated with the transaction. Like 3% is roughly what your closing costs are going to be. So also about 99% of the time, the realtor fees, my fees for doing my job for you, I get paid by the seller. It doesn't cost you anything, essentially, to use a realtor to buy a home. So my newest listing that I put on the MLS is right off of Sarno. It's on Nixon Avenue. So I'll put a link down below for my new listing. Click on it if you want to check it out, or if you want to share it with anybody. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1-car carport. So let's use that as an example. So you have a $170,000 house, $169,900, but we'll just use 170. So you have a $170,000 house. 3% of that is $5,100. That's how much your minimum on a conventional loan would be to put down for a down payment. Closing costs are roughly 3%, so another $5,100. And then your cost of your transactions are about $1,250, equaling roughly $11,500. So aside from the 3% down payment, all of that other money can be paid for by the seller. Now you'd have to pay more for the house because the seller is now getting less because they're paying your closing costs. But if you are cash poor, or you don't want to put all your money that you have in your savings account down on a house and live on the ramen noodle diet for another 6 months to replenish your savings account, you can have the seller pay all of your closing costs. Meaning you could buy a $170,000 house for $5,100. So I'm 100% sure I blew way through that 2 minutes on the 2-Minute Tuesday, but hopefully you guys learned something. If you have any questions, if you've done this exact same thing and it worked out perfect for you, you pay no closing costs on the house that you bought, comment below. I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear what your stories. Let me know what kind of experience you guys had with that. See you guys in the next video. Peace!